Gamers, there was some massive news for AFK Journey that just dropped, and it is going to change everything. And I want to talk about this because some of them are probably bigger than you might think. Now, the season is going to be available in 6 hours. The servers are going to be going down, and they're not supposed to be available till about 3 a.m. my time. So my game plan is I'm going to get a decent sleep, but I'm going to be up at like 5:30, and I'm going to jump in and I'm going to start streaming this as soon as the season drops over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/mtashed. I'm going to be on there as much as I can, grinding through the new seasonal stuff because there's a lot of content to enjoy. So that is really good, but some of the patch notes are juicy. I read through these and I was like, shocked at some of the changes they're making. They're very, very good. So they're saying servers are going down May 10th, 7 to 9 UTC, which it says for me 3 a.m. is when the servers should be back. Now, it says it's going to be available for people that have been on a server for 42 days. So if you started at the launch of the game, you should be good to go. Also, you need to be Resonance 240. You need to clear all the AFK stages. You need to essentially do all of the Legend Trial. Any content that's available right now, you want to be done and completed. But the one thing is also the Dream Realm. You want to make sure you slay the Dream Realm bosses because of a big update that's coming. So, there's going to be a new skin for Brutus that's just from doing the campaign, just doing the story, which is cool. But this is very important. There's going to be season AFK stages. You want to get on these as soon as humanly possible, whenever you can log in tomorrow and get grinding on this, because this gives you seasonal ranks and seasonal resonance, which will help push content. You already have a team that's built at 240 and mythical characters and things like that. You need to get on this and push as hard as you can. Look at some of the meta pushing comps and do these as soon as you possibly can. As for the instant AFK attempts, apparently they're going to get refreshed when the server resets or when the season starts. So save those AFK attempts for the very end of the day before reset so you can maximize your gains. As for this Dream Realm stuff, this is crazy. There's going to be 4 original bosses, the ones we've already fought, and it appears that the rewards are going to reset. That is insanity. That is so good. And then 2 new bosses. Even if it was just the 2 new bosses, that is crazy for your account's progression. If you look at any of the Dream Realm bosses and you look what's available, not only is there, polls here for, like the regular invite letters, there's a lot of this Dream Fragment currency. And each version of the boss has some of this currency. It is going to be an absolute game changer for you when you can start buying copies of some of the meta characters like Marilee, like Corrin. If all of these bosses are resetting, you essentially are going to have a maxed out, best DPS unit in a matter of days. In pretty much 1 week, you could probably max out one of these other crazy meta units. So this is a big change that's coming to the Dream Realm. On top of this, Dream Realm thing, so there's going to be a new Legend Trial, which is great. More resources for us. We will take that. In the Legend Trial, I hope that they add kind of scaling rewards. If they just give us what we had for the first one, it's not going to be as beneficial. But if they start giving us the yellow essence or even the red essence, I think that will be a game changer. I'm hoping that's what they do. There's new systems, and they just kind of say, you want to have your maxed out equipment if you want to enjoy this. You want to have maxed out characters. You want to push as far as you can to enjoy the new season. It's going to be essentially end game content or, starting off at a pretty tough spot. They also talked about the new spells that are coming, but until we can test these bad boys out, it's hard to really know how good they'll be, but there are a bunch of new spells. The Full Moon, Evocation, Cascade, Quick Blade. So it's going to be exciting to check those out. The magic charms are going to be dropping from Dura's Trial, which is a new game mode where you go in, you fight enemies, and you get these drops. It seems to be a bit randomized, so we'll see how that plays out. Tomorrow, I'll be making videos on all the stuff as soon as possible. There's also the Supreme Arena mode. There's also a very good change to Arena, which we'll talk about in a minute, but Supreme Arena is going to be a new mode. You jump in, and it says offers generous daily rewards. It's only available Wednesday through Sunday, however. So it's going to be a limited time mode. You jump in, do your thing. I'm excited to see it. The Dura's Trial is a high difficulty challenge. It'll unlock on the 9th day after the season starts. So you're going to have to grind a little bit and get to season resonance level 190 or higher. So the whole grind is essentially starting again. These season resonance levels are going to be needed to do, progress your account and get moving with things. And I'm excited for it. I'm really pumped up to try it out. There's also going to be a seasonal growth path. There's going to be the free side of it, but also obviously a paid side of it. Typically, if you want to progress, they are pretty good bang for your buck. They're adding districts, which is like clumps of servers so you can talk to other people, things like that. But once the season begins, rankings from Battle Drills, Arcane Labyrinth, Honor Duel will change from server-based to district-based. It's going to be much harder to be the top ranks now in your guilds. If you look at my guild was, where are you? Actually, I guess it might not show, but we were number 2. We were the number 2 guild, okay? And so we were able to get 12,000 of this currency, or 5,000 gems. Now, I'm hoping that we can fight for the top 20, because it is going to be a very, very competitive change if all of a sudden there's multiple other guilds we're battling with. So I'm hoping we could stay in the top 3, but I'm guessing we'll end up in like the top 20 because there are a bunch of whale guilds out there. It is what it is. Let's continue on with the patch notes. Added Desolate Grounds, a new battle drill, battlefield. First round opening on the 8th day of a season. Desolate Grounds is a new battle drill. Oh, that's for the guilds. Like, that's actually for the clans or whatever. That's cool. Battle drills. They also are adjusting area rewards because all the area rewards were trash. We got weapons that had 0 value, like no value to us. And now we're going to be compensated for that with diamonds and things like that. So that's pretty cool. I'm cool with that. This is a big change. The arena will now be classified as a non-season mode. Any seasonal hero activities or enchantments like the seasonal things, they won't apply. So if someone has progressed a whole bunch in the season and you haven't, you're not going to just get pumped in the arena. The arena is its separate thing. I think that's probably a smart choice because I have a feeling some of these seasonal charms will be kind of OP. So that's kind of what I thought. Now, experience optimization. Some of these are really good. Added an auto battle function to Legend, Trial, and Trial of Abyss. It's a little bit less tedious there. Optimize the interfaces. Cool. This is huge. The weekly quest for the arena doesn't require 20 wins. It requires 20 plays. You just have to use your gems up, win or loss, to get these quests done and get that currency for the shop. That's amazing. Rearrange the sorting order of various modes in the battle modes page. Whatever. I'm not really worried about that. They're just changing some of the UI stuff. Notification dots are available in the hero affinity. Sure, whatever. That's fine. Sorting heroes in the resonating hall. Cool, that's fine. Nothing here is crazy. There's some recycling stuff. Turning your gear into gold. Nothing too big. Skip function for hero intro animations. Whatever. You can get 10. You can get 10 of the POW coins if you want to do Karn posts, which I've never even done the whole time. And then just some UI stuff like notifications for Key Store or Iron Hoof Forge, things like that. The district channels added, which we should know because they're adding that. And then some optimization stuff. Nothing too crazy there. Now, there are some balance changes / adjustments. Most of them are just, hey, I fixed this thing. It wasn't working properly. But there is some kind of interesting ones. So damage dealt by artifacts will be increased by damage boosting stats of the allied team. What this means is if your entire team is getting boosted by Smokey and the artifact procs, it's going to take that total value instead of just your like base stats. So that's kind of cool. Dream Realm, they're making a change so that there's less base kind of physical defense and magic defense as the enemy loses HP. It's not going to ramp up so quickly, but it does say that there's damage reduction increasing faster as their HP increases. So it's like, they didn't say if it's tankier or less tanky or more tanky. They didn't really explain what that is. So we'll see. Cassidy is going to be a little bit better at placing her ultimate. Damien isn't going to send his chariot off into the random corners of the map. It's going to be a little bit more valuable. But this here is a buff. Smokey just got some big value. Non-interruptive control effects such as immobilizing and blinding will no longer prevent Smokey and Mirki from creating an aroma for a long period of time. So minor disables and things like that won't impact Smokey as much. In the arena, Smokey kind of died. This is going to bring Smokey back. Smokey's going to be a menace, especially if you got Mythic Plus who's doing damage AoE style. Major potential there. So Smokey, I think we're going to see a lot more of that unit. Here's my recommendation. you might want to consider getting Odie up and running so you can poison and kill units because the healing is going to be crazy from Smokey. That's kind of all I'm seeing. Floribel had some issues where Smashy wasn't getting HP back, and some of the buffs from her Protective Blessing weren't applying. So that is a really big fix. Seth is going to not push enemies away, which is good because it's a sticky assassin. And then Vala was like spamming her ability into immune targets over and over again like Brutus. It shouldn't happen as much anymore. On top of that, there was an issue where Vala wasn't attacking the right target because of interrupts herself, if she got interrupted in the middle. So that should be interesting. I'm curious if she's now going to be even better in the arena, things like that. Also, a couple changes to the boss. The Alpha Bear will now put honey on your summons. Does that mean that it will cause your team to die faster? We'll have to test that, but the boss is dead on our server, so it's tough to say. But the Necro Dragon, during your animations, the duration of crest created by Abyss Crest will not decrease. I think they just made Necro Dragon harder. So, yeah. Other than that, they actually expanded on Honor Duel, which is interesting. They added quite a bit more to it. They've actually put in a lot of work to that game mode, and they're adding more, so kind of cool. Anyways, I'm going to bed. Is what it is. You hear from me. Okay. Good night. Okay.